Tutorial run, please no crashing so I can get through dawn, goddamn. Alrighty. Oh, well, let me first explain. Alright. So, what I'm doing right now, I am going to be doing a tutorial walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, of Halo 4 on Legendary difficulty. If you want to get the achievement in the Master Chief Collection called You're Joking, which is actually named after me, it is to complete Halo 4 Legendary in under 3 hours. I'm part of a speedrun community called HaloRuns.com. If you want to go see Halo 1, 2, and 3 as well, I'm sure you can go there, and I'm sure there are tutorials all over. I know there are tutorials all over the place that you can go to look up those to help you get those achievements as well. So, after that, let's get started. Now, I gotta say before, just to let people know, you guys probably won't notice it because you guys don't play this game as much as I do, but Master Chief Collection at 60 FPS at 1080p is actually more difficult than Halo 4 on the 360. Enemies are more aggressive and a lot more accurate, so they kill you a lot faster, so just be wary. The areas I run through and stuff, if you die a few times, it's okay. Halo 4 is pretty easy on Legendary. You can't do it, you can't just play the game normally and hope to get the achievement though. You will need to do some speedrun tricks. So if you do about half the tricks that I do in this run, or even a quarter of them, you should be able to do Halo 4 Legendary in under 3 hours, as long as you practice Legendary a bit. So, currently the world record for Halo 4 on Legendary speedrun is a hour, 35 minutes, and 47 seconds. I'm currently the world record holder, and so I'm giving you guys this tutorial to help you guys get that achievement. So, because I know people have been asking for it, and people want that achievable. So we gonna get you it. If it crashes on midnight, that's okay.
Chief, look up. You need to pull the manual release.
For the people who are watching this on YouTube, I am currently live streaming this, so you might hear me say random things that might not came from nowhere. Or you might hear me talking to specific people. That's because I'm talking to the people in my chat. So, at the start here, you want to pick up the pistol. It's lying right in the middle of the path, kind of off to the right just a bit. But we're going to use this. There is a pistol later on you can pick up, but we want as much ammo as we can get, so we don't have to worry about ammo. So we just pick up that one. It doesn't waste any time or anything. So, but yeah, as I was saying, I am live streaming this on Twitch, so just be aware if you do hear me saying random things to random people, it's because I'm talking to the chat right now. So I'll try, I won't be doing as much because I will be explaining a lot of tricks. There's a lot of tricks, a lot of things that need explaining, so throughout this run I will be talking a lot of things. Hey chicken. Anyways, so at the start, as you saw, we're just kind of running through. Not much doing. You can't really speed this up, it's just run through and then follow whatever it tells you. I'm gonna need more water. I'll do that at the end of this level. So we're gonna start out just punching the elite. Now there's gonna be a total of somewhere around like 9 enemies coming up here. I think there are 9 enemies. So other pistol right there. I'm just gonna run over to get some more ammo. I get some frag grenades, not gonna use them just yet, but we're gonna kill these guys. You start out with the right because those guys like to hide if you don't kill them first. And then we're gonna kill these guys as fast as we can. Once we kill all those, and that's why we have the pistol, we're gonna jump back up here, and we need to hit this button so we can just push the little button. Push. And we can continue on. After this, we just kind of hang out for a little while, so grab a plasma pistol, fill up your ammo in these ammo crates, and then you're going to actually want to come to this ammo crate, and as you can see, there are frag grenades in there. There's frag grenades here, but we're just going to use these ones because we get a good angle. We're going to stand on top of this, and it's actually, we can throw a total of 6 grenades now. It's going to look like I have infinite grenades because it just keeps replenishing my grenades immediately by standing on top of this. So, alien flow is the best. H3 runner. Sorry, he told me to say that. Anyways, as soon as the elite jumps out, just start chucking nades down there. You can do it in about 4. I'd say throw a 5th one just for safety. But then use the plasma pistol to noob combo the elite. and then just the grunts start freaking out, and you can just pick them up as they come to you. Get a fresh new plasma pistol. You're gonna need it. And then run back to where you originally came from, and then head to the left, and you're gonna just use this elevator to get back up. It's gonna open in just a second. Hey, Davko, welcome back.
Have to fire them manually from the outer hull.
So we got a nice little elevator, right? And then we just gonna go. I will tell you, I'm not gonna stop talking. I am a bit hyper. I'm a bit insane. So for all the YouTube people who like to be all trolly and stuff and be like, OMG, this kid's on drugs or something, that's just who I am. And no, I'm not. I'm very proud that I don't. Anyways. So this area we're gonna just pick off certain enemies. The first elite we're gonna kill. Second one we can skip by because he's not really paying attention to us immediately. Hide behind, just play it safe. And then you're gonna pick off that elite. And then the other 2 grunts. You get a fresh new plasma pistol again. And then in this area, you need to kill 3 enemies to progress. So yes, you could kill 3 grunts, but it's not exactly the safest because this guy light has high DPS. So pick off the elite and 2 grunts, and then you can continue on.
We're just about there.
After, head over to the left. It's easier. Pick off him, and then wait for an elite to come around the corner. He should try and throw a grenade. But afterwards, you can just continue. Be careful of the other guys, but you want to pick off both elites. This guy kind of freaks out with the new AI, so he just does nothing. So just run past him. So you just kill a jackal, both elites, and then you can run past. Be careful of suicide grunts. There are a lot of them. So.
We'll have to prime the launch for ignition.
Lol, that's true, pal. You don't need to be. Hey, Cat Drews. Whoa. Hello, future victims. Lol, what? Anyways, in this area, you can see there's a bunch of enemies over there. We normally have to run up the ramp down there and go up to that button. On Legendary, what you're actually going to do is you're going to come around the back end here. And you're going to jump up onto this little piece of junk. And then jump onto the rail. And then you can just jump up from there. And then you can just push the button. More button pushing. Button pushing simulator. And then after that, we can just drop out the window and then come all the way over to here. Be careful, the sniper way down there, he can still try to shoot you and he may do it, so just be careful. Now we push that in and we are good. Yeah. During this run, there's gonna be a lot of tricks, glitches, out of bounds, and yes, oh, out of bounds is cheating, you're breaking the game, you're not supposed to. Well, you can do it, and it still counts. And 343 knows these glitches and stuff. They have watched speedruns before, so they know they exist. They just didn't fix them because they're porting the game, not actually remastering it. So, and they wanted to keep the game true, so they kept everything the same. But after that, we're gonna just run down. You want to run to the opposite side. We came in through that door there. Now we can just do this door. And it is a little bit, do pay attention to what weapons I'm picking up and what kind of paths I'm taking through certain enemies, because it does make a difference, and it's the easiest way to get through are the weapons I'm picking up and the areas I'm going to and certain paths I'm taking is the easiest way to beat this game. It's not about trying to have, you know, this isn't, I enjoy doing this and I have a lot of fun doing this, but it's not necessarily about having, you know, playing the game to its full extent. It's about getting this achievement, so. Apologize for the sounds in the background. My roommate is denying right now. So, anyways, you want to try and stay to this second floor here. And then you come on down, drop through the middle hole, and you can just run on out. Go through the hallway. Oop, don't punch him. It's okay if you do. But, you know, just run out the hallway. And then you're going to get jettisoned out. And that is the end of the first level. I'm gonna get water. I'm gonna just kind of be talking a bit louder so you can hopefully hear me from afar. Anyways, so you may notice that I'm jumping and punching the air a whole lot. Now, the reason I'm doing this is, there is a reason. It's not just because I'm bored or to look cool. Although, let's be honest, you do look badass doing it. It looks like you know the game. But the reason I'm doing it is actually because, there are, one second. guessing you just did Nightfall by yourself? Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Ooh, message apparently. Getting message. But as I was saying, the reason I'm doing that is because how sprint works in this game. So how sprint works, in the short answer to why I'm doing it is it gives me infinite sprint.
Like the Covenant.
Now,
Better than we did.
the long answer is, I'll give you the long answer because right now I'm just running straight. There are a bunch of weapons lying around. You're not going to need them for the speedrun. It's not a bad idea to pick up a battle rifle, but you can actually pick one up later on. So,
Chief,
we're just gonna
heck yeah.
ignore this and just run through.
You might want to go easy until we can some more. Given all this debris,
So the reason I'm jumping and punching the air though is how sprint works in this game is you get to sprint for 16 steps, and then in order for it to fully recharge, because you run out, it takes 8 steps of walking. Now,
I'll try to triangulate its position.
yeah, 8 steps of walking. So, and in Halo games, there's no such thing as air friction or anything. So whatever your momentum was on the ground, you can actually it maintains while you're in the air. So when you're in the air, whatever speed you were when you left the ground, you maintain the same exact speed. So you can basically sprint in the air if you jump, and you are actually wasting your sprint if you're in the air and you're in your sprint animation. So the reason being is we jump in the air to stay at sprint speed, we melee to cancel our sprint, which immediately starts recharging it. In this game, as soon as you stop sprinting, it immediately starts recharging. There's no delay in the recharge or anything. So, we can basically sprint in the air, cancel the sprint while we're in the air, so that we can continue sprinting forever because it's recharging our sprint, even though we're going sprint speed. So in short, it's infinite sprint. Now, it's not absolutely necessary. Every time I punch the air 3 times, it saves 1 second, which 1 second in an hour and 40-minute run does add up after a while. So that's why I do it, but it is not absolutely necessary, but I just wanted to let you guys know so it doesn't look like I'm doing something really annoying. It is really annoying in some cases, but it is actually beneficial for the speedrun. So this area, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to drive down through in between the rocks. Maybe hit a grunt or two just to make sure they don't try and shoot you. And then weave in between these. Now, this is kind of a difficult area. It's very luck-based. Now, you want to kill that sniper because the sniper can be super dangerous. Oh. Ooh, ooh. Luckily, I got it through first try. That's really good. Who knows? Maybe I'll get world record during this run, which would be awesome. Explanation of the run while getting world record would be so cool. Anyways, after that, be careful of the grunts. They do have, one has a fuel rod. Sometimes you get 2, which would actually be better. But you want to pick up the fuel rod, run up here, shoot 2 shots of this elite and hoping to kill him. I did not kill him, and I got hit by the sniper. It was just a lot of bad luck. But it's a nice fast reset, so as I said, hit him. Careful of this guy. There's either grunts and a jackal. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I got shot again. So, it's not going to be perfect. I'm not, like, doing this perfectly. I am doing this live, so I can't do everything perfect. There are going to be lots of deaths. But you want to kill this guy before he decides to snipe you, so that you don't have no shields. And then make your way up these rocks and skip all the other enemies. Now, the more fuel rod you have, the better. Wait for that elite to reach the end, because when this is over, there's actually a little, he drops an invis, and if you kill him right there, the invisibility teleports to you, basically. So, and now we can just continue on.
Never know what might come in handy.
Alright, Night Giant. Have a good night. Sadly, I'm now behind world record pace, so, but that's okay. It's not a big deal.
I heard something that time.
Now, this area, just simple run forward. We're gonna hit a little video and we just chill out while we watch the video. So, but yeah, as I said, it's not gonna be perfect. There's going to be deaths. I might mess up a trick or 2, but hey, if I mess up, you guys get to just watch the trick twice. So this is an unskippable video. You just have to watch it.
Okay. In service of Forerunner Shield World, designate Requiem.
Requiem. At least
Now, the biggest worry in this game are honestly grunts and jackals. They're very luck-based. Sometimes they have needlers, sometimes they have plasma pistols, sometimes they'll overcharge you. There's a lot of things. So honestly, grunts and jackals are the scariest things in this game. Elites and knights and things, we actually usually have powerful weapons, so we can kill them fast. So first off, you want to come down to the right after, and you don't have to activate the bridge. You can just sprint and jump over it. And then you can just hit the button. You know, it saves 3 seconds to not push the button. And it saves time, right? So you might as well. Now, you want to jump down here. Sometimes you can hit this guy, which I was able to. Now, be careful, because there's a grunt behind you who is going to shoot at you a whole bunch load. And then you want to just pick off each enemy that appears. And run over here and then kill this guy with the fear rod. And then pick off more grunts so you don't have to do it later. You do have to kill certain enemies. After that, switch out the fear rod for a plasma pistol and carbine. But as I was saying, you do have to kill a certain enemies in order to get to the next area. So there are certain enemies that you have to kill. Others you can just leave alone. So after that, what we can do is we can just pick these guys off. Hopefully, having some issues hitting headshots. After that, careful of the little carbine guy. You want to run down. And now you have this. These guys kind of come out of here, so, you know, if you can, pick one off early. If you get lucky. These are some elites that you do have to kill, so, you know, wouldn't be such a bad idea. Ooh, careful.
We can't give the Covenant access to the cartographer. Clear them out.
And pick all these guys off. If you can, I would honestly pick up a new plasma pistol so for later. But after you kill all the grunts and all those guys, area activates, even though not all the enemies in the area are dead. So we can now just plug her into the console and then skip that video and then continue on. So
let's get to that terminus and find Infinity.
What do you
now,
know?
if you jump and you hit this just right,
She was supposed to be
not like that.
The project was only in prototype when we left.
You can usually get an extra little side jump that can get you over here faster. But since I have no shields, I'm going to just hide here a little bit longer. Oh, shit. I died. Because I got overcharged. Again, overcharged. I got unlucky. Nothing I can do there. Not a very good second mission, I'll tell you. So, not very lucky, but I'm having issues hitting this jump. But if you hit this just right, it'll push you all the way over here, and then you don't even have to wait for your shields to recharge. So you just run right through. You want to go to the lower area. Too many enemies up top. Be careful of suicide guys who just suicide for absolutely no reason whatsoever. You can sometimes get a little checkpoint here, like that. And then dodge that elite, kill the sniper, and then run back down to the lower floor and kill these enemies as well again. You want to take out that guy. Now, Banshee is destroying me. But now you want to actually plug these guys in here. Actually, I might be able to kill this guy. So, oh. Wow, okay, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. Dumb idea on my part. Trying to get the concussion rifle off him, but I didn't charge my pistol long enough, and I killed myself. Well, this is definitely not going to be world record, I'll tell you that much. Wow, ow, ow, ow. Alright. Anyways, as I said, jam this in there, block them in. Getting just very unlucky right now, man. So right now, as I said, just you keep getting to see all these enemies. Normally, if I was trying to speedrun this, I would have actually reset at this point because it's just too many deaths, and the enemies are just being ridiculous today. I mean, they just are in this game. As I said, they're more aggressive and more accurate. So now that I have more health, lock them in, and then just run through. So you want to block those guys because, as you saw, they can kill you kind of fast.
They're ordering all units to converge on the tower.
I guess we got their attention.
But after here, take your plasma pistol, kill one guy to kind of alert him. Go invis, and then you want to take this ghost. Now, after you take this ghost, drive it. Hopefully you survive. Skip all the enemies and just come right to the back of the map and not get exploded. I have half a mind to just reset already just because of how bad this is going.
Attention.
I've never had this many. I have had this many deaths, but not recently. I haven't had this many deaths on a run. Okay. As I said, run to the back. Now the reason you're running.
We're about to have our hands full. The elites just issued a general.
Now the reason you're running through this room is it actually despawns all the enemies before. Now if you can get this concussion rifle, I'll take it slow just so you can see both ways. So there's two things. If you have a concussion rifle, you can do a little quicker strat, which you just go invisible, you jump up. Now you're gonna want to walk over here and concussion rifle up the rail. Now the other way to do it, if you don't have a concussion rifle, I'm gonna take this just for later, is if you don't actually end up getting this gun because it can sometimes despawn, you come up this ramp, jump onto this rock, and then go above. Now if you do that, the reason why we're doing this is you don't want to go the main way, because if you don't, there's a lot of enemies here. There's elites that spawn right here, and there are hunters that spawn up here. But by doing this, the hunters do not spawn by climbing the wall like that. Hunters don't spawn, so we can just skip them. We don't even have to fight the hunters. So yeah. World record is definitely gone. If I'm plus a minute by the end of this level, immediately lost. Because the most time save in the game is actually at the beginning right now to get world record. The end of the game is actually really difficult to save time on now. So.
I wonder if it's related to whatever the Covenant.
Alright.
Where's the terminus?
Terminal right there if you want it. Why not, right? You have time to do that. It's like 10 seconds, whatevs. Now you can just get in here. Now you can actually hit the entry of the level just a few seconds faster. Again, not absolutely neutered, but if you just use the concussion rifle, you can hit the end trigger faster and level over. So that's the second level. And as you saw, the first two levels didn't have many glitches or anything. There was one glitch on Requiem that allowed me to despawn enemies or skip enemies, which is good, but you know, a lot of these levels are, those two levels are pretty slow on tricks and whatnot. This is, Forerunner is when we actually start to see more tricks and things like that.
AIs. Related to the Sentinels, I'm guessing, but it's hard
So
to
just
say without a
run up forward.
Come on, let's figure out where that transit system dumped us.
And we're going to insert Katana into the console and skip the video. Now that we can actually skip that video, head over to the left. This is the first area, so we head over to the left.
This is the first pylon.
Negative. This is as close as I could get us. Hope you don't mind hoofing it a little.
And once we do this, this is the first time we get to see Prometheans and whatnot, so. But in this area, you want to start off by actually taking out a lot of these enemies. If you can actually. Crawlers' heads are really difficult to hit. You have to be pretty precise to actually hit them in the head. So, you know, just play carefully. You don't have to kill all of them. You don't really have to kill any of them, but it's just for safety. But instead of pushing the button, jump on top of the button, and then jump up here. If I can actually jump up there. So, once you're up here, you kind of do a little side jump over to this rock here. Now, these guys are shooting me, which is causing me to miss the jump. They slow down my movement speed, so I didn't jump as far as I was supposed to. But yeah, you jump across. It's actually a pretty difficult jump, so just be careful. But once you do that, you want to run across the rocks. Stay on top of the rocks. And then jump the gorge. Don't go into here because, as you can see, there's no collision there, so you'll fall right through the map. But you want to jump on top of these rocks and then just run forward. Jump pretty late to make that jump, and then just keep following kind of this path. Basically, whatever rocks that seem you can jump to, those are the rocks you kind of want to jump to. After making it onto here, just keep working your way up. And then you want to jump and land in between these two. Like these two walls. And then kind of stay in the middle of them. Stay in the middle of this building. And once you get here, if you just jump, you'll load in the next area. And then if you go to the corner, you could just drop right back into the map. And in doing so, it does another deload, like the hunters earlier on, and no enemies spawn right here, so we can skip all the enemies right here, which is awesome. So we don't have to worry about running through here at all.
The relay interference.
Now, if you do this, sadly, the
must be
terminal
getting
down there
close to the
doesn't spawn,
pylon.
as you can see, so can't get the terminal if you do that, But yep, just run through. Keep muscle running if you want. If not, just, you know, walk on down the road and whatnot. Just realize I'm a single follower away from 1,600 followers. That's crazy. Anyways, once you're here, what you're gonna want to do is, this is a tough area, so you're gonna want to sprint as fast as you can right into this doorway. Now you have to destroy 3 of these. Melee the first one, and this is why I saved my frags. Throw a frag into that one down there. Hopefully you have enough shields. A lot of times you die because the enemies just keep pelting you with more and more bullets. As I case in point, if you need, turn around and hard light shield. But after you're here, aim for that one, kind of bounce a nade, and it will drop right into the third one, and we can just jump up. Now we can actually jump off that little pillar there. There's a little ledge you can jump off of, but yeah, throw grenades in there. If you want, you can actually outskirt the area and just shoot them and whatnot. It is a little bit safer, but it's way slower, and at the end it's a little bit... Oh, hey, I did hit 1,600. Wow, okay, never mind. I just haven't refreshed my page. Awesome. Thank you guys for 1,600 followers on Twitch.
Intercepted our distress beacon.
The beacon was pulled into Requiem with us.
Alrighty.
They tried to
So,
follow it.
now we just wait for a little
They'll
elevator
get caught in
ride.
the gravity well. I'll keep trying to warn them. You just get that beam down.
And now it's like 1603. Nice.
That's the beam control.
Now we shut it down.
It's working. The signal from the relay is starting to clear up.
What's the dark spot near the top left corner of the screen? Oh,
They haven't hit the gravity well yet.
I don't know what dark spot.
There's so
Oh,
much
yeah, the little window there, as you can see, that's supposed to be Cortana talking to you, and Del Rio's Del Rio, the Infinity, the giant ship, is trying to talk to you, and it kind of just glitches out and it stays there for a long while because you actually missed the load zone, so it's gonna stay there for the rest of the level, but it doesn't do anything, so
Sounds like the
it's not a big
Pylons
deal.
Don't want the Covenant here either.
Anyways,
The battle
move
is
on to the
already
next
underway
area.
with reports of resistance all around the pylon.
and once we are down here,
Drop pod.
what you want to do is, there's a lot of enemies all over the place. Stay on this middle path, and then you can climb up this little rock here. Once you climb up, if you don't get shot, you can actually jump across this gap and just skip all that fighting. If you do fall down, you can just outrun all the enemies and jump up, which is fine too. Ow. Alright. And then we come over here, get a ghost, and then hug this left area. You kind of want to go around there, it's better. And then you can just hug this left area, and then skip all the enemies in that area too. So, once you get here, let your boost recharge, and then just boost super fast through here.
We're almost to the beacon.
Kill whatever enemies you want, get those splatter medals, you know?
They found
But
the
once you're here, this is when we actually see a very blatant out of bounds skip. This guy can kind of glitch out like that, but get into his Banshee. Oh, well, I'm gonna revert because I got shut down and you need health. And that's one thing that if you get hit, won't let you do. So, after we fly, what you want to do is you want to fly to the top of the map. We're gonna go over an invisible barrier and then under. So once we get over an invisible barrier, we drop back down and go underneath, and then we can just book it all the way back up top that Banshee might kill me, so I have to be kind of careful. Oh god. Right when I die, of course. Usually you want to kill him, but with Master Chief Collection, he reacts really weirdly. Usually I make it just fine, but not that time, apparently. As I said, once you get to the top, drop back down. Is Banshee going to come attack us? Nope. He's gonna attack us later on. You'll see. You'll see. He'll kill me again. He'll try it. Yeah, there you go. But fly up to the top and then just try and get in here as fast as you can. Hopefully you don't die. And then, so you can skip all the power cores and all the elevators and whatnot. Run into the back so that you can actually trigger. If that doesn't activate, just come back down to the elevator door and it'll trigger. So. Dark spot's gone. But after that, now, this is a little bit of a, it's not something that you can really see. Chicken, I'm not going to do a tutorial for Lasso. It's the exact same as Legendary. The Lasso run for this game is the exact same for Legendary. Just slower because you need to play it more carefully so you don't die. There's no different tricks or anything you do. You do the same exact tricks. You just kill more enemies and whatnot to make sure you don't die. But kill all those guys, and then hit this button. You want to go to the left. Now, you may think, oh, I'll just go to the right. The left is easier. So, kind of come around pillars and whatnot. And then we're going to just kind of hug this area. And we are just going to run past all the enemies. After we're through, you can jump on the ammo crate to get up. Now, once we've done that, now run this exact path that you're seeing. I'm going to run across here and over these barriers. Now the reason I do that is it's very specifically, for some reason, as you can see, I accidentally messed it up just slightly and I just get pelted to death immediately. Ow, ow, really? I'm going to die again. I'm going to die again. Yep. God damn it. This game is not cooperating today. Whenever I seem to do tutorials and shit, besides just being an asshole. Can you just go? Keep my shields, please. Ow. A knight just hit me into this room, but... Alright. I'm gonna wait till shields to recharge. Got a checkpoint. Now, as I said, running this exact path. If that grunt's there, he does kind of fuck with the path a bit. Sometimes he notices you. But if you run this exact path, you're just completely invisible to the enemies for whatever reason. Up until you get to that point-ish. Ouch, ouch. Dude, I am getting so unlucky right now. This is ridiculous. I really do want to reset. Not only was the second mission bad, the third mission was just as bad again. Holy crap. Alright. Trying to do a tutorial. And I just need the game to cooperate for just a bit. I do this mission, I go incredibly fast. And I try and get world records and shit like that. And it, you know, I actually do fine. But as soon as I actually want it to just relax and do this, it makes it more intense than ever. So, alright, once we're here, jump up onto the wall, and then just, you can jump across the gap to get over here. So, be careful of the binary rifle guy. I have a feeling he's going to hit me again because of how this is going, so. You shouldn't be having this many deaths. If you use these strats, trust me, you will not die as much as I am. Promise you. I'm getting incredibly unlucky right now. So, but yeah, you can skip all the enemies and just run right through everything, so. To do Halo to staff code, there's an achievement for it. As you can see, I'm normally a lot faster. I'm losing, by the timer, I'm losing time on this mission. Alright, now just Ghost. It's just a nice, simple ride. You just kind of make sure you don't flip. If you flip at certain point, at pretty much any point, I would just suggest resetting, because if you don't go fast enough, the areas close off in front of you and you can't continue. So you just want to continue on. So, alright, let's just relax now. No more salt. We're just gonna play it and hope this game actually cooperates a bit. It seems that whenever I try and do tutorial runs, it always goes horrible. So, this area it's okay to flip, so, which is exactly what's happening, but it's fun to kill the grunts, so, you know, why not, right? Go! But yeah, as I said, not much going on, just physics are a bit weird here, so you just gotta be careful about it, because you can flip really, really easily, and if you do, you might miss your window of making it through somewhere. So yeah, but as you can see, I'm losing a lot of time because of all the deaths. So just by that, you can tell you're not supposed to have that many deaths on this level, but I just am, because I'm getting really unlucky. So that's okay, you get unlucky, but as I said, Halo 4 Legendary is very easy. I'll still beat this game in about an hour and 40 minutes. Even with all the deaths I'm having. Unless it goes even worse later on. Oh, careful. Hey, Rage. And you need to stay in your ghost, so if you flip out and it blows up, you need to be in your ghost. I tried jumping that without having a ghost. It doesn't work. So, awesome. Lost 3 minutes on this level, which is, or 2 minutes, 30 seconds, but that's the end of Forerunner. That was a really, really bad representation of how it's supposed to go. So, I do have half of mine to restart this from the beginning, but I think I'll just continue on, because I've tried to record this 5 times now, and the game's crashed on me 4 of the 5 times, so I'm just done trying to attempt to get it to work. So this is Infinity. Right as you start, just turn around and start coming down. You can actually get a little boost if you if you just continuously jump. The slant of the ground allows you to push you a little bit faster, so. Am I going to edit any of this? No, I'm not. It's going to be straight from this to YouTube. No problem. That's the point of Twitch. I don't have to do editing and whatnot. I can just upload the raw footage straight to YouTube, and it works, so. Alright, but you want to come around and stay on top of the trees, because there's crawlers everywhere. So just stay on top of the trees as long as you can. Once you get here, do not go past this point. Do not go past that marine there. If you do, you're going to have some issues. What you want to do is kind of jump into here, and then just start jumping into this tree. Continue climbing this tree, and then turn around, and then go kind of into this dark foresty area that you really can't see. You're going to jump a bit and try and jump to the right and get above this branch here. Once you're here, you can actually drop down, and as if there's a knight and a marine fighting each other right there. If they don't spawn, you did it correctly. Now you can just drop down, and because we break a load zone there, it breaks all the other enemy spawns, and so we don't have to deal with any enemies here. And before we knew about that trick, this area was actually the hardest area in this game. So trust me when I say you want to do that trick. So, but now, no enemies. We could just run on down straight over to the area, to the doorway. You know the IF tags that we have to pick up? You don't have to touch any of those either.
I've got another IFF tag.
IFF tag. See, there it is. This is the one you need to activate, so. But you just jump up here instead of going around. If I actually, again, have a little bit of skill, you can jump in here, hit the tag, and then pick up a DMR. And now you can just do whatever. It's on a timer. You don't actually have to be anywhere. It just automatically activates. So I can just run on back.
Multiple IDs. Chief, they're friendlies.
It's gonna activate. Skip the video. Now, right as we spawn, behind us, terminal, if you want to go touch that. But take out your pistol. You want to conserve your DMR ammo for later. kill these 2 crawlers. Now, this is kind of a really risky area. This is a very kind of luck-based area again. But you want to try and run across these. And we're good. Once you're here, just hide for a second. Kill whatever enemies decide to try and sneak up on you. Why is the knight up here? He shouldn't be up here. This is really weird. He should not be up here. So, I've never seen him up there. That's incredibly hilarious. Awesome. So, anyways, continue to just run through. Be careful of the enemies, as I said. They do like to kill you. After this, now the trick to this area is you need to keep these Marines alive. Do everything in your power to keep these Marines alive at whatever you can. So, you know, kill crawlers as fast as you can. There's a little binary rifle guy hiding up there. He usually will never shoot you. He's a little glitched out, so it's okay. But take a railgun, and then you're gonna hit the knight, and then with 2 bullets you can kill him if you hit him in the head. So, a little more extra DMR ammo. But clear out the enemies, and then when you come here, you'll get a checkpoint. Now, you need to kill these watchers as fast as you possibly can. They end up spawning 2 turrets. The turrets will pretty much insta-kill the Marines. And as I said, the trick to this area is you need to keep those Marines alive. So if that guy teleports, sadly, you're going to have to kind of put an extra shot into him. So, 1 second. So, I'm gonna get a little bit more ammo because I need ammo, and then hit him with it, and that should kill him. Promethean's shields come back really fast, but they don't have any health regeneration, so you can shoot them with 2 railguns even if they fully get their shields back, or you can just shoot them once with a railgun and pop them. So, but if he teleports away, that's why you hit him with the 2nd railgun. It would insta-kill him. So, but now, right now, we're gonna run a little circuit here. We want to kill these guys, and then basically we want to kill these knights as they spawn so that we don't have to worry about them. If they teleport, this is why you keep the Marines alive. They will kill most of the enemy, a lot of the enemies. There's going to be a lot of crawlers coming down. Pick out as many as you can. But as I said, their heads are hard to hit, so, and some kind of run off to the side, things like that. And if they do, that's what your Marines are there for. They're there to pick off all the stragglers that you missed. And it makes this part way, way easier. But then, so you kind of make a square of enemies. Backsmack's not work. Again, guys are there. After you kill one of these crawlers, if I can kill him, a watcher spawns, kill him, and then head back to where you last killed that knight, and another knight will spawn. And then you come to the center, and your final 5th knight will spawn. They spawn in the same place every single time, so you can rely on that, which is good. Now, refill on ammo. I have full DMR ammo and full railgun ammo. And now you can just continue on.
Come and get me. Sorry about back there. That hatch of security was more difficult than I expected.
It's all right.
It's not all right.
Take out your railgun, and as this guy's coming up, hit him, and then just kill him as fast as you can. You should be able to kill him, no problem. Now, the trick to this area is the next wave of enemies spawn as soon as a certain amount of enemies in this area are alive. So, the fewer enemies, the faster the next wave spawns. So, basically, you want to kill as many enemies as fast as you possibly can. You have to be careful. There's a little hallway that you can use to actually sneak up on this jackal, although he usually gets a drop on you. But, as I said, just kill the enemies as fast as you can. And then, as soon as you get that dialogue, you're good. You can now take a little breather and take a little rest. But as I said, knights, railgun, and a few DMR shots. Now, really, we're just picking off little stragglers, like that guy there. After you pick off all those guys, alright, Warfare, have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Just get ready. You can, if you have a good fast aim, you can kill these jackals as they're jumping out. Just pick them off when they land. But this is why I'm hiding here, so the turret and the cannon can't hit me. Got a piece of hair in my tongue. Ugh, gross. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to stand right here in hopes to manipulate a knight spawn point like that, so you can just run up and melee him. There's 4 potential spawns, and by standing there, it seems the most likely to spawn right in front of you. Ow. Most likely to spawn right in front of you, and you can just backsmack him. I have MLG Pro Aim, lol, only on grunts and stuff. I'll be doing. Hey, Piggy, how you doing? By the way, I'll play some Halo with some viewers later on. If we can get 8 people, we can just run like, you know, multiplayer customs, right? Party size things. But I want to play some. I want to play some multiplayer right now because I haven't been able to because servers have been broken. But anyways, you can actually waste all your ammo here. You're gonna get a new, fresh set of weapons right now, so really doesn't matter. But now what you're gonna do is, you know, there's a tank and everything. Run off to the left and then climb these rocks. You're gonna jump onto this broken ship, and if you remember what we did in the first area, we were climbing all the trees. Same thing. We're gonna jump into here, and it's going to skip another load zone. And if you can, get a little extra slide jump off so that you can just, you know, save a little bit of time. BR or DMR? I prefer DMR. I like a single shot, but BR is fine. I mean, I don't, there's, you know. But, usually there's supposed to be turrets, fuel rods. There's a bunch of things coming in here, so we don't have to do that. But because none of it spawns, so we can actually skip all that, and it's a lot faster anyways. And then we can steal this Wraith. Yes, ghosts are faster, but we're gonna have to kill some hunters later, and the Wraith is a lot better at killing hunters, so. Piggy, you got the You're Joking achievement? Yeah, I did too. I'm doing the tutorial on how to get that achievement right now. What's my least favorite level, excluding Midnight? The last mission in this game is the hardest mission, so just be wary for it to be difficult. My least favorite mission in this game, this level here. This is my least favorite mission in the game. Honestly, I actually prefer the final mission over this one. There's just, if you have one death on this mission, it's a giant time loss kind of thing.
Commander,
so,
hangar bay doors are sealed tight.
But, you know, just skip all the enemies, run past it all, and then you just activate this right now. Dude, I wish it was world record tutorial, but I'm so far off. If I wanted world record, I would need to drop 4 minutes right now. There's no way. I'm twice as much as the time limit I kind of have to get world record. So, but now, just this area, just kill a bunch of enemies fast. Kill enemies fast. Hunters, fuel rods. Be careful with fuel rod guys. Fuel rod guys are actually what you kind of want to focus on, because those guys can kill you really fast. Everything else doesn't do a lot of damage to you. Hunters come next. This elite, if he'd just leave me alone. You need to kill every single enemy, so after you kill every enemy, I unluckily got a late checkpoint, so we're gonna do a little trick. Get into this Warthog, and then you want to drive it. You want to run into this elevator, or this door, push forward just a bit, and you're gonna jump through the door. Now, the reason we do this is we're gonna actually open this door faster with rocket launchers. If the door opens, you can't open this door with rocket launchers until the Mantis is either gotten into or blown up. So, now the reason we can't run through, as you can see, nothing is loaded. And we're gonna hit this button. After we hit the button, it's gonna load up the area, but the reason why we can't continue is the door at the end of this area won't actually load up unless the enemies spawn with it. And the way to spawn the enemies is you can either get into the Mantis, but the Mantis is really slow, so we're actually gonna blow up the Mantis, and it's going to spawn the enemies, and then we're going to get into a Mongoose. Now, we can't run through this entire area on the Mongoose. It's too slow. It's too dangerous. So we're gonna drop into this little area, and we're going to kind of just run across the tops of this area to outskirt all the enemies. These guys all have fuel rods, so just, you know, be careful. You pick up a fuel rod if you want, but I prefer DMR, so. But as I said, just kind of run across the top. It's much safer. Don't fall down. There's a little jump here. But yeah, just hug the wall, basically. And you could just run on through. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ow, ow, ow. Fear rod guys, never trust them. Overcharge guys, never trust them. Oh, two. Nuts. Accidentally dropped down for a second. But yep, now you can just run all the way down here. Kill all those guys. And then... door closes. Ow.
That might be how they're blocking the Infinity.
Alright. Now I am going to do a bit of a trick here.
We're on it, Commander.
So,
Run it out.
I have this rocket launcher and I have ammo for it. And I'm going to use it. First off, you want to hit this.
Shoot them down.
So you hit that one. And if you see the marker disappear, you hit it.
First jammer
Hit the
disabled.
second one with the rocket launcher. Nope, missed it. Now that I've reloaded, hit it again, and then I can also hit this one. So, and after those are both hit,
That's it. Jammer
you want to
neutralized.
get into the Mantis, and then you want to kill these phantoms as fast as you can. So, watch out for Fear guys, watch out for turrets. They're strong and they kill you fast. So, just keep putting everything you got into those. Careful of Banshees as well. Banshees are dangerous. But now, what we're going to do is we're going to hide in this corner like a bitch. Now, there is a reason. First off, we got to kill this guy. So, charge it up. Make sure it locks on. And then, you're going to slowly kill him. Don't kill him too fast. If you kill him too fast, you're actually going to make the glitch I'm about to do irrelevant. Oh, nuts. Shit. Oh, there we go. Awesome. That got a bit lucky. I missed some shots. But now, after you've done that, you know, you can kill enemies and whatnot. If you can.
Didact's not going to go without a
But kill this guy. Make sure the turret doesn't kill you. But now hide in the corner, like, deeply. Now you're gonna watch. You see the 2 extra phantoms coming in? 3, 2, 1. And now they're gone. So you actually have to kill less enemies if you hide in the corner like a bitch. So it is a tactic to hide like a bitch. Remember that. Hiding like a bitch works. It actually helps. It makes things easier. And destroy. Ow, ow, ow. What the hell? Holy shit. So much badness just happened. So, be careful. There are little, you know, guys just hanging out. Be careful with Banshees. Banshees will kill you very, very fast. It looks like the turrets picked up most of the enemies, which is good. So, Mantis is slow. I would jump out of it ASAP. Make sure all the enemies are dead, though. Just have to be careful. And then you can run, hit this button, and then, just for safety, I know there's no enemies alive, but this is the time I usually look at chat. I jump in here and I can hide in this little hole here. Alright, chicken, have a good night. I will see you later. If you were on easy, yes, you would. The area where we skipped taking the Mantis through, yes, you would take a mongoose through. You would just run through on a mongoose, so it's faster that way. So as you can see, this run not that good, but it is a tutorial walkthrough, so it'll help you out. It'll help out anything you want. Skip videos, skip all that. And we actually saved 43 seconds, so that's a good time save. It's good to know I have that time save. That's that's the second or third hardest mission. The second mission in the game, I would consider the second hardest mission. That mission, I might interchange with it to be the second hardest mission, but then the last mission is the hardest mission. Alright, so this is Reclaimer. There's going to be a lot of tricks happening really, really fast.
On our way.
So first off, I'm going to try and kill this guy. Reason being is he actually could cause a mammoth to slow down, so I just throw a grenade at him. But normally you have to go up and talk to Lasky up there. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run all the way down here. and then I'm going to trigger, go around that rock, and it's going to hit a little trigger that forces the mammoth to start moving. It skips all that dialogue, so you take 20 seconds to get over there to save about 2 minutes of dialogue. So, then you want to jump right back in, and then get a rocket launcher. It'll be for later. Get a rocket launcher. Go for the second, and get a pistol. You don't really need the pistol, I just like how it looks when muscle running. So, and then grab a jetpack. And then now we just chill out for, well, this is one of the little relaxed areas where we can just hang out and enjoy the ride. So, this is probably the most, I mean, there's some pretty broken missions in the other games, but this is definitely the most broken mission in this Halo game. So, and you will see why. I mean, it's a little bit skeptical of if it is super broken, because there's grenades in certain areas and there's weapons hiding outside areas, so it's almost like they expected you to explore a bit. But yeah, we're gonna skip a lot of things on this level. So, first off, once you hear that dialogue of Lassie being like, all teams, you jump off and jetpack, no more than twice, otherwise the momentum you get from the mammoth starts slowing you down actually, so you actually go slower. But you're gonna just stay away. It says neutralize, you don't have to do that. But these are the grenades I was talking about. Look, there's just 2 plasmas sitting out here for whatever reason. Who knows why. Little 2 balls there. Little 2 blueberries. Now, you're gonna just keep running, kind of hug this wall. Don't go too far. But on this rock, you're gonna jetpack over. Don't worry, I actually got a little super bounce by hitting into a rock at the exact precise moment I hit jetpack to get an extra boost. So you can actually just climb the rock slowly by going from rock to rock. But then you want to jump down, and it's safer to go over the pelican, so you go over it. You pick this up, you aim it, shoot it, and then, oh shit. Alright, and then you come down here just for safety. I almost fell off by accident, but after it's destroyed, you can come back up, grab this ghost, and then once you see current objective, second Forerunner cannon, take this part slow. If you go too fast at this part, you can actually soft lock your game by accidentally deloading the mammoth. So, once you hear the Lasky to infinity thing, drive over the river. Usually you need to ride in the mammoth because the river is just so powerful, it kills you. But we can jump over it by doing that. And you're gonna want this ghost for later, so keep it. If you see these guys spawn, you're okay. If you don't see those guys spawn, you're probably going to need to restart the level. Gotta be careful not to die. So, now in this area, there's 3 power cores that we have to destroy, and there's a giant blue wall barrier. We can't go through it unless we destroy those, supposedly. So, on Legendary, on Easy, you would just charge each one, run into it, and move on to the next one. There's too many enemies to do it on Legendary, so you're actually going to come around, and what you're going to do, you may have seen this if you've seen speedruns of Reach or anything like that, kind of like the door thing I did on Infinity. Prop your ghost up to it, and you could just jump straight to the barrier. And then now you just got a nice little run ahead of you, which is, trust me, running this is way better than dying over and over again to that area. So, but yes, I could technically shoot this from right here. I'm not going to. Just don't do it. I know I just accidentally pushed it, so it might confuse you. Don't shoot it there. What you want to actually do is we're gonna skip fighting the giant ship called the Lich. We're actually gonna skip that. First off, you want to set up so that your getaway vehicle. So, take this ghost and prop it right on top of this rock. And after that, just make your way up these rocks here. I play bumper jumper, by the way, so I can't really look when I'm aiming. So, I mean, I can, but anyways. But now you target it. But if you could see, the Lich is hiding back here. So, you can actually just jump onto this Lich early. Be careful, it can splatter you. And then you can curve your rocket bullets into it, because when it turns, it actually curves your bullets. It's pretty cool. But you want to hit him there, and then you can just drop straight down. And this is why you have the Ghost. So, drop down, and if you wait about 5 seconds, you can't just continue. You have to wait for this to despawn, so wait about 5 seconds, and then you turn, and if you see it, you hear an explosion, you see things deload, you can just run straight forward. Now, as you can see, there's more rivers. There's 5 rivers. We don't have 5 cliffs to jump off of, so you want to come straight forward, and then you want to climb this rock. And once you do this, you jump this gorge. Activate your jetpack early, and this is when it gets a bit tricky. Jetpack usage is a big thing. You have to be really careful to not overuse it. If you overuse it, you just start falling out of the sky, even if it recharges enough. There's a lot of frame rate issues. If you start sliding down, you can land onto this lower part of the rock, so it's okay. But start doing this. Now, this jump's pretty difficult. You have to make it all the way up there, and you really don't have enough jetpack to do it. So the trick is, there's a little thing when you run against a rock, it tries to push you away from it. So it actually, on slanted rocks, it actually pushes you upwards. So you run into the rock, jump, and hit the jetpack all at the same time, and you can actually make the jump. You can make it back up. And then just jetpack over, and now we've skipped all those rivers. So, hey, Glass Agent, sorry. Argent. Hey, Glass. How you doing? I apologize, I mispronounced it the first time, but I got it. Now, we're approaching an area called Sniper Alley. We want to be careful here. So on easy, you would just run through this. But again, so many snipers, so many enemies. We need to run over here to trigger a load zone to load the enemies. Otherwise, you can't continue on, kind of like earlier. So we load the enemies. And then we run back the way we came. Now once we're here, run and jump off the jetpack again. If you can, land, let it refresh, and then continue climbing the rock. Now that you're here, you jump across. It says return to battlefield, don't worry too much about it, as long as you get over here fast enough. There is an invisible barrier, so just be careful, but come down here to this rock. Be careful, there is an invisible barrier like right there, so. Now you're gonna do a blind jump around this rock. So. Now, there is an invisible barrier here, so you can't go any further, but you're actually right where you need to be. As you can see, this rock has no collision. So we could just jump straight through the rock, and then just be careful with the jetpack, and we can jetpack here. Which it just so happens that dumps us right at the end of Sniper Alley. So.
Cortana to infinity. We're entering the Forerunner structure.
This strat here, the jumping through rock, is not an easy strat. On easy, you would actually run through the canyon. Yeah, well, the giant canyon jump, though, yes. Now, this is a trick that saves a lot of time. It's not necessary. It's the hardest trick in this game. So, run, jump against this like before. Now, be careful. You're gonna jump on top of here. Now, this saves about a minute. So, it's good if you're trying to... you need it if you're trying to get, like, world record legendary speedrun. But if you're not doing that, it's not needed. But I'm gonna show it off anyways. So, you want to land here. As soon as that door starts closing, book it and jump off here. If you see that dialogue of Cortana being like talking about the elevator, you're okay. If you do it too early, you're actually not gonna load up the next area and you softlock the game. I'll explain what a softlock is in a second. But you want to land down here, and as soon as you land, oh shit, you want to jump into this room here. I almost messed up because I didn't jump fast enough. But if you don't jump into this room fast enough, you actually get stuck outside the map, and there's no way to get back into the map. So that's why it's really difficult. It's a time trick, and if you get stuck outside, you softlock the game. So what a softlock is basically, think of it as your game frozen. Your game freezes, but you can actually still move. You can still move around, you can still shoot, you can still play the game, but the campaign of the game is frozen. You can no longer continue the campaign. the only way to fix it is you have to restart the game. Or in Halo, they do have a, if you die 5 times fast, you go back a checkpoint. If you do that, it'll be, it might work. But sometimes the only way to fix it is you have to restart the level. So, but come down to the 3rd door, and then you can run on through. It's a really difficult strat. It's the hardest trick in the game, so if you want to look cool, do it. So, and hey, if you want to speedrun this game, just message me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. It's a lot of fun, and we always need more speedrunners for this game, so. But anyways, now we just talked to Cortana, we talked to the librarian. She makes us Super Chief, which doesn't do anything for gameplay. Don't misread this. Nothing happens. It's all story stuff. But now run into here. Now you gotta wait for Cortana. And then you, for safety, you could just run right into this room, this hallway here. You just continue. And now these are the only 2 enemies we kill in this game right here, in this level. These 2, just for safety. It's just to make sure they don't end up killing us. You don't actually have to kill them. But as you saw, if you think back, we didn't kill any enemies except for those 2. So,
It's a long story.
Glass, I love you.
I know that part. The librarian filled me in when she snatched me from the system. But what I don't know is what she did to you.
Alright, now once we're here, we're gonna run through. And now when there's a white flash here, you can actually control your character, hold forward, and start sprinting. The reason being is you want to manipulate these ghosts so they don't die. They're supposed to get blown up. Alright, I was not close enough to board them. It's okay. Sprinting. But you want to board this and take one of these. So, now if you run against this rock, boost it, you can kind of make it up the ramp. So, you can go around and whatnot, but again, it's faster to do this. Now, I'm going to show you guys the safe way of getting up this rock. There is a faster way, but I'm going to do the safe way. So, you want to come into this hallway here. Not get hit by a wraith. Never mind. You know what? I'm not going to do that, because this wraith right here is screwing with it, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I'll show you the little bit more riskier way. You want to come here. Get out. Your ghost might explode. That happens, and this is why it's dangerous, because the turret just destroys you if that happens. It's random if your ghost explodes or not, and it's kind of just unlucky. And I'm really unlucky right now, so. But you want to run, do the rock jump, and oh my god, turret, leave me alone. Jesus. Alright, you know what, never mind. I'm going to try the easier way again, but you could just jetpack up that, so. I'm going to try this. Now I'm going to fully hide. So, just jetpack up. You don't have to jetpack as high, so now that you're up here, you're fine. Hey, Crusher Dog. Alright, so, and again, just keep going across the rocks. And now we can just skip the barrier. Man, I gotta say, Covenant, not very good at building barriers. Not very good at building giant walls. They just, you phase right through them, you jump over them, everything. So, and that was just a little thing. I fell from a good height, and then it gave me enough momentum to just continue on. So, target locator, and then you just aim. And then that is the end of this mission, so. Losing a lot of time again because of those deaths again. So. Dr. Pepper, yeah, it's delicious. Everyone should drink Dr. Pepper. Just an FYI, it's the most delicious drink in the world. It's so good. Alright, so that mission and the mission I'm about to do are the 2 most important missions to learn the speedrun tricks for. The second trick in this mission, not absolutely needed. It's just really fast if you do learn it. So you don't need, because the second trick in this mission, first trick and easiest trick in the game. Second trick, it might be considered the hardest trick in the game over just after Blue Elevator. I think it's the hardest trick in the game. It's really hard to get consistently. So
If he wants to finish the job, he'll have to find it first. Our best bet to stop him is
just set yourself up by this pelican and
skimp on that pelican.
jump right in.
Initiating pre-flight diagnostics. Forward autocannon, check. Lateral rail turrets, check. Main thrusters, check. Auxiliary boosters, check. Alright. Keying engine. It may be a while before we find another ride home. You know that, right?
It'll be okay.
Alrighty. So, the trick we're gonna do here is, if you know this level, you're supposed to go to two areas. One's like a gondola ride, like Halo 2, and one's kind of this like parkour and things like that. Dude, the Halo 2 anniversary graphics are amazing. Blur is so good. Anyway, sorry about that segue. So you're supposed to go to those two areas, kill phantoms, things like that. And then after you blow up those two areas, there's a third area that opens up. Now this is kind of the most famous skip in this game. A lot of people know it, so... but what you want to do is you want to come all the way over here. You want to kind of... And you want to aim for just below... You want to aim for one of these little holes. So normally this giant panel would open if you go the normal way. But trust me, you want to do this. This saves half hour of gameplay. And if you're trying to get under 3 hours, that's a lot of time save. But once you do that, you can jump out. Make sure you don't die by fall. But there's just some holes in the doorway. It's probably put in here purposely. Who knows? I think it was. There's no reason for this area to exist. There's no reason for it to work. But no, you just skip right to the end of the level. So, oh shit! Ow, nade. Lol. Accident. I don't need it, luckily. Throw another one, because why not? So, but once you're up here, now you can just go kill all the enemies over there, and that takes about 5 minutes. But what I'm going to do is this pillar is going to move. Now I'll show you what I mean. So, see, it kind of like flips upwards. So, what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to be aiming for this area of the pillar. Okay? So here, I'll show you what happens if you do. If you hit it just right, you run. I'll explain how to do this so you guys know. So what you want to do is you want to sprint and then jump off right about this point here, anywhere in kind of this area. And you want to aim for kind of like diagonally across this pillar, around that area. So you want to just run straight. Don't jump. Just hold jackpot button. Just hold it. And it's going to push you really fast. That might not be enough push, sadly. Yeah, it's not going to be enough push, so I have to do it again. As I said, this is a really, really difficult trick, so... You might miss it. That will work. So, now you want to stay as high as you can, because if you do, you go over a load zone. There's supposed to be an elite with a Fear-Rod gun here. If he doesn't spawn, then you're okay. So after that, you come on down, and if you skip that load zone, you don't have to fight the hunters either. That's why it's a really good trick to do, is because you get to skip a lot of all that fighting, plus you get to skip the hunters. So, we can now just come right back up to the top. Oh shit, I forgot to mark Reclaimer. That's okay. So he sees me, so this... Wow, that's a lot of damage. I'm gonna fly... Boost, what are you doing? I'm gonna fly really low right now, just for safety. I'm gonna die. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yep, I'm dead. Wow. God, I'm getting so unlucky right now. It's ridiculous. Dude, leave me alone. You should normally never shoot you. I don't know what's gotten into him. There we go. But, you know, just kind of dodge a bit, do some dodging. But you can just come all the way over here, drop out. Oh, be careful. Careful. And then you're through. And that's the end of Shutdown. Now we just go plug Cortana in, and we just wait. So that's this entire level. Another level we don't kill a single enemy in.
Tapping into this fire's central net. They're mine. Now
Is that city or asylum? Okay. I couldn't really tell, sorry. Because that looks like one of the prison areas of Asylum. Sorry, Zebra's playing Batman Arkham City. Such a good game.
The ship's online. They're leaving.
I'm sorry. I
We'll
don't
do
know.
it live.
Track those liches. We can go across them to get to the Didact ship.
Wait, across them?
Yes.
There are several liches moving.
Where'd the other nade go?
towards the Didact
What?
ship. We're only going to have
Well,
one shot.
once this starts opening, you pick up Cortana, just kind of jump off to the side. It's the fastest way to hit the trigger, so. There we go. And that's the end, and then you get to see a super badass scene, but we skip it, so. Now, we split. Alrighty. So, this level, this is my favorite level. There's a lot of tricks here. I will show you them. Again, they're not all necessary. You don't have to do all the tricks, so.
Sorry, I just can't stop them.
But I will show you all the tricks that we'd use in the speedrun, so that if you want to do them, you can do them. If not, don't worry about it.
When your signal cut off,
So, just do the tricks you want to do. Do the big tricks. As I said, learn 2 missions ago, Reclaimer with the mammoth. Learn that level. You need to do almost all those tricks except blue elevator. And then Shutdown, learn that giant skip where, I mean, you don't really need to learn. Just skip the entire level, basically. Let's go. Ouch. Alright, so now we're just going to pick off some enemies ever so slowly so that we can clear out area best we can. Be careful of the snipers. Never trust the jackal, so. But then you want to jump onto that rail and then jump across the gap. Ow, I might die from this turret. So, we have a sticky death. Start picking off those guys as well. You want to take out that turret guy first, and then stick the ground, hopefully right in between those two to take off both the shields, and then kill them. Oh no, I gotta revert. So you guys probably have no idea what happened, but, okay, I've gotta restart the mission. So the guy, one of the elites fell off the edge, and it was the guy with the concussion rifle. That was really unlucky. It happens, but I can't believe it happened during my tutorial run, of course. Of all the runs that it could happen, it happens on this one. I guess it's better than if I'm on world record pace, I guess. So, anyways, that concussion rifle, the most important part of this entire mission. If you want to do this mission fast, you need that. You absolutely need that. So yeah, I had to restart. As I said, pick off the jackal. Grunts you can get later on. Alright, let's see if I can actually get the concussion rifle this time. But yeah, you absolutely need the concussion rifle. It is the most important thing in this entire level. This entire, the entirety of this level going fast relies on that, so. So hopefully, he won't decide to kill himself again. Those guys, I don't care. There we go. Once he's dead, I'll grab his weapon. I want to keep my pistol right now. But grab the concussion rifle and then just move on. Take out these guys in a, relatively fast manner. Now, this is a really, really difficult jump. So what you want to do is you want to jump right onto here. You want to walk backwards and then jump and then shoot. I was trying to show it, so I shot a little bit late, but I got a checkpoint, so I'm going to clear out some of the enemies just for safety, just so I can kind of show out how it's going to go. I don't have to go for speed. So jump here. You want to walk backwards, jump, and then shoot. And I have a checkpoint, so I'm just going to revert. But you need to hit it, but you got to be careful. There's a ceiling right above you. So if you just try and jump and shoot, you're going to end up knocking off the wall, and it's going to cause you to miss it. So, second checkpoint done. But if you can jump off that a little tiny lip, and then you can just continue on. So it's a really difficult jump. It's one of the harder concussion rifle tricks in this game. So I took a little bit to just show you. Normally I can go a lot faster, but focusing on just trying to explain it. So after that, pick up a thruster pack and a shotgun. Now, if you have plasma grenades, sometimes you have them, sometimes you don't. sticking the hunters make it so they last only 2 shotgun blasts. Like that. If you miss, just you gotta manipulate the hunters so that there we go. A little bit rough, but just use a shotgun to hit him in the back, and then take a sticky det from that case. Now I have concussion rifle ammo, which is good.
Door controls.
1, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. I have plenty. I was just doing my, I was just thinking about my ammo. Skip the video. And then we're going to run through here. Now, this is this trick, just what I'm about to do, is very unnecessary. I'll show you how to, so the first part of this trick is unnecessary. The second part is necessary. So I'm reaching an area called the Airlocks. There's 2 areas that we fight called Airlocks. They're an area where there's a bunch of airlocks and enemies come in through the airlock system, and you need to shoot. You need to kill all the enemies in the area to progress. Well, we don't. So I'm gonna stick there. There's gonna be a marine that spawns right there, and that sticky detonator is gonna kill him. It just allows a door to open faster. So, but this is the part you don't need to do. You can actually just go the normal route. You would have to kill some extra enemies, but I kill him, and then we wait a few seconds for that door to open. Checkpoint. We concussion rifle out, and as you can see, like, you can just go through this door and then just go through this area normally. Got it? So you can just run through this all normally. But instead, I can skip all the enemies because I jumped out of the map like that. Now there's 2 ways to get back in map. I'll show you the simple one. If you just drop in you just go right here and you can drop in. But then go to the second level, and then this is the first airlock, as you can see. What you want to do is touch this door. If you touch this door, it activates a load zone in the other area and forces the door open. Because it's like, the load zone you hit, you're supposed to be done with this area, so we'll just open it for you. So, now I want to kill this elite, if I can. Ouch. Kill these grunts. And now this is the second airlock skip. Go into this corner right at this door. Shoot 2 concussion rifles and kind of go backwards, and you'll jump right out of the map. And then that's what the airlock looks like again. And now, instead of touching the door, you just wait a second and the next area loads. Now, in order to get back into the map, if you go right here, you can jump and you'll teleport back into the map. If that doesn't happen, run back the way. Oh wait, well, first I gotta hit the trigger. You gotta hit the trigger, and if you don't get teleported, which I purposely didn't, come back to where the door is, and then you can just drop right back into the map. So you gotta make sure you hit that load zone first, though. And then these enemies, 2 elites, just how do people find out how to do this? Lots of testing. We have some people in our community who all they do is just basically run into walls, walk into walls, jump into ceilings, grenade into walls and ceilings, and that's all they do. Like, they don't actually speedrun things, like, they just find tricks and whatnot, and then they tell us, and then we learn from there. It's not like all these were discovered at once. The tricks I just did, the very first trick I did to skip the first airlock, that trick was just found about a month ago. So we're still finding tricks and whatnot. So it's just lots of trial and error. But now, oh, I did not mean to assassinate. Looks cool, but don't need to. So as you see, I have a sticky detonator and DMR now. Now you just want to pick a piece each enemy. You want to clear out this area basically, because there are lots of enemies here, lots of numbers, lots of elites, and be careful of grenades. Be careful of guys who like to use their swords. Be careful of jackals. Just be careful of everything. Now, I get a plasma pistol normally because there's usually a Banshee just running into a wall that you use for the end of this area. It no longer does that, so it's kind of useless, so I don't even know why I told you, but that Banshee there usually you can get at the end because it's just running into a wall, but it no longer does that. So don't even listen to what I'm saying. Ignore what I just said because it makes no difference anymore. Ow! Whoa! Whoa! You want a Killionaire? This is an area to do it. Killionaire. All right. Anyways, so this area again, it's a kind of holdout fight like Infinity. There's really no glitches to make it go faster. There is a small glitch, but it's super complicated and it's 100% not needed, and it's the most complicated trick in the game, so I'm not even going to explain it because it doesn't even work that well on Master Chief Collection anyways, so there's no point in me telling you it. It's cool. If you want to know about it, you know, just come into one of my streams and then you'll be able to learn about it. Because I'm going to try and do it, and if it works, I'll tell you what I did, but if it probably won't work, so. But just kind of clear out the enemies. Hey, Drog, I killed the turret there just to make sure no enemies decide to get cheeky and get onto it. So, yeah, I already got the achievement named after me. It's awesome. But anyways, kill this Wraith as it drops down, because why not? You don't want it to be running around hitting you. These guys have few rods, so, you know, just kind of keep moving. Don't ever stand still. And then just keep hitting them. There's going to be some straggler grunts. You want to try and kill as many of them as fast as you can. If you can kill them, that'd be awesome. So, now you want to come over here. There's another Wraith. No point in me shooting it. But, Ghost. Alright, so you're gonna see me not kill this instantly. I'm going to try and do this trick, as I said. It probably won't work, but I'm going to try and do it. I'm not going to explain what I'm doing because it's just incredibly complicated, so there's a lot of precise. But basically, well, I mean, in short, I want this I'm going to kill this Wraith at a very specific point so I can manipulate when the Phantom leaves the map. So that's it, but
Banshees!
yeah, see, it didn't really work, so. So now all we have to do is just pick apart these guys as fast as we can. He was just shooting me sideways. He's got some curving bullets, yo. Ow, 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 ow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Not good, not good. Not good. Not good at all. I need some shields. I'm on fire. Definitely do not want to die at this point. I don't know what is going on with that guy. He's acting all cray-cray. Now, I guess if you can get a Banshee, no. Holy shit. That was kind of lucky. I mean, if you can get a Banshee, you know, why not? But he apparently doesn't want me to get him. Got it. Oh, that was close. Alright. Come on. Splatter him. Okay, this guy is being a pain in the ass. Die. Lol. Not supposed to take that long, but alrighty. That took longer than it should have. You really don't need to do this, but once these Phantoms roll in, you know, I have a Banshee. So that's good. I should see where that other Banshee goes. There's a terminal in there, by the way, if you want that terminal. So, does the Banshee, like, hide out anywhere else? It doesn't look like it, which is too bad. Now, these guys, these grunts are really weird. They're kind of broken. They're not supposed to do this, but they'll just eventually, they kind of pull out grenades like that, and then they just kill themselves. They all just explode. These guys are not dead yet, so I do have to kill these guys. But, after that, I'm just gonna do a cheeky little glitch again. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Alright. Not okay. Not okay. Alrighty. So, again, not needed, but there's a little hole you can just drop through, and it saves like 2 seconds, so you can actually just wait by the door. It's right now on a timer, so you don't actually have to kill anything right now. Just wait for that to happen, and then if you fly right underneath, you just get teleported right back in.
Havoc mines will be in one of the cargo bays. Start us up.
Hey, DD, welcome back. I need food in me. I haven't eaten, so after this, I'm definitely gonna get some food. I apologize for the beginning of this run not going really well. I had a lot of deaths and a lot of bad things, and I've just had a lot of bad luck this run, so this has been a really bad run. You can see just by my timer how I usually play and how I'm playing now. It's just not good, so. Hey, Cal, how you doing? Cal, did you hear I'm doing a Halo 1 through 4 Legendary run tomorrow on the Griffball Hub channel? I am gonna start a bit earlier though, just an FYI. I'm gonna start early.
See if you can raise Tilson. Get me a status on the rest of the station.
So now we're just chilling out, hanging out, waiting for shit.
Don't think about the didactic. Don't think about the composer. Only focus on finding me Tilson.
Tilson. Sandra Kay.
Can't actually shoot nades out of the air, but you know. I think you can with frags if you use a pistol or a DMR. I believe you can. But now we just wait by this button. Button.
Thank you, Cortana.
What time am I starting, Cal? I'm hoping about 12 MST-ish. 12 noon MST. So Eastern time, I guess 2. I might try and start earlier, maybe even like 1 EST. So, anyways, so that is Composer. We are now on to the last mission and the hardest mission in the game. And I'm only 10 minutes behind my world record. And as you can see, I have an hour and a half to beat this level. This level can take 15 minutes, So, right at the start of this mission, what you're going to want to do is, you can fly through this if you want, but if you want to save about a minute of time, oops, you don't want to do that. Oh, okay, I made it anyways. You want to go around that barrier. It's about the 3rd pillar. There's a little hole in the collision that you can just kind of sneak through. Don't boost through it, just kind of go through and then hold your nose upwards. So I play inverted flying. I don't play inverted shooting, but inverted flying. It's weird, don't ask me. But just tip your nose up the entire time as you go through that hole, and you'll be okay. Now, the trick here, though, is we have to hit a series of load zones, otherwise we can't continue. As you can see, nothing is out there. But, if I come down here, I trigger that, it's gonna go right here. So now we hit a load zone, and now we can continue on. Earth and the moon look nice. Is this giant yellow thingy? Who knows what it is? It's snazzy though. Who cares what it is? It's here. Do be careful. Kind of just go straight forward because there are invisible barriers all around here. So you just gotta kind of be careful. I think if you actually head too close to that, you hit an invisible wall. So just be careful. But the next load zone is at this corner. In between these 2 pillars. Drop down, go underneath this, and you'll trigger it. Now, I'm gonna show... Alright, there's 2 ways to get back in bounds, and sadly I don't have a checkpoint, so I don't want to show both of them. So I'm gonna do the one I normally do. There's a way of getting in bounds where actually you fly all the way right over to there, and then you come back right to there, and you will end up, you can fly right back into the map, but you gotta go fast, otherwise the area closes off. So, load zone, and then you fly back and back into the map. So, but I'm gonna show you the way I do it. I know I don't really have a visual for the other way. I'm sure you can look it up on the easy world record right now, I believe, the full game easy, and it has it. So, anyways, you want to go into here. Once you reach about here, you're gonna hit a load. Now fly in between these pillars, but fly low to the ground, low to the pole, and then you're gonna hit a checkpoint which acts as a load zone. Just go in a circle and drop back down, and that's the final load zone you need to hit. Now, in order to get back into the map, come down to this little barrier and kind of stay low to the floor. You know, if you rub the ground, whatever, you're not gonna die. So, but now you can just come right back in. and you get a direct line straight to the power core, and then you can start destroying the power cores from here, which I missed the first one, so there's that. I prefer going right to left, so. But just use missiles. You don't have to kill any turrets or anything, but you could just kind of skim each one.
You cannons neutralized. Two to go.
You. Oh, be careful of the wall. Almost ran into the wall. Alright, and then you hit the last one, and we're good. Now we just hang out a second, and it'll end. There we go. Alrighty. So, this trick here. Now, this is where it starts to get really hard. If you do all the tricks in this game, you can take your time in these areas if you want. Kill all the enemies, do what you need to do if you want the achievement. And you'll have no trouble. Seriously, if you do these threats, you'll have no problem getting sub 3 hours Halo 3 Legendary. Or Halo 4, sorry. I would have preferred it to be sub 2 hours Halo 4 Legendary. That would have been more challenging, but hey, 3 hours is fine. Because they want it to be same, Halo 2 under 2 hours is really, really difficult, so. But right now I'm killing certain enemies. I want to stop these guys from killing the crawlers, but as you can see, I'm just kind of running through. It's really, really risky, so. Wow, dude. Okay, I got really unlucky. That scattershot guy shouldn't have killed me. The scattershot guy is the one guy you have to worry about, and he shouldn't have killed me. I don't know why he moved up so close to me afterwards. I shouldn't have jumped. It might have helped if I didn't jump. But jumping, again, as I said, maintains momentum, and if I'm getting shot, it slows me down. So jumping was really the smartest. But I just got really unlucky. It's a really difficult area, so. But I can just run through it. If you want, just kill all the enemies. Oh my god, go faster. Don't run into walls and shit, please. So as I said, stop these guys from spawning crawlers. Shotgun guy. Make it. Oh, close. It was close, but I made it. It's really risky, as I said, but it's how you go fast. You can fail that 3 times before it actually starts wasting time. 2 times if you're really fast. If you don't get a good checkpoint, which I didn't get a good checkpoint, but you can fail that 3 times before it actually like is slower than killing all the enemies. So.
I'll try to route us to the composer.
Alrighty.
Put me in the system.
There we go. Now, saw completely useless. There's no use for it. Just have a good aim and then just start killing crawlers with the BR. Which, crawler heads, as I said, really difficult to hit, so. Alright, this is a binary rifle guy. You have to be careful because he will one-shot you, so. Again, a lot of this is just kind of run, book it through, and pray you make it. That's really about all this areas are about. And that's all I'm doing. See, just not okay, man. It's not okay that the fucking scattershot does that. Ow, stop it. Why are you shooting me so much? I'm gonna die. Yep, I got hit by a binary rifle. I'm getting really unlucky right now. There's a binary rifle guy up there. You can't do anything about him. He's just there. And he either kills you or he doesn't. Awesome, he shot at the hologram. I might be okay now. Or not. Fucking God, give me a bit of luck. Please. Why is that guy running all the way over there? He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be running over there at all. Thank you for throwing a grenade like you're supposed to. Grenade. You have to, you can't just jump up the ramp. You have to go to the bottom of that little ramp area. Otherwise, you don't load this area. I want battle rifle and you want incendiary cannon. Really important. Keep your frag grenades. Do not use your frag grenades. It's very important and imperative you don't. I have plasmas as a backup. You can do a plasma jump. It's just a little bit trickier and more likely to die. And then you're gonna, with the Promethean nade, you're just gonna run on through. I do need a shave now that you mention it. I love people think it's a pedo stash. It's like, it's a stash. It either grows or it doesn't grow. Like, nothing more, nothing less about it. Come on, come on through. Get me through. Thank you.
Where are you?
Alright. So, refill your incinerator. Oh, shit. You're supposed to get him before he spawns, but I didn't reload my incendiary can fast enough, and apparently he decided to spawn. So. Alrighty. Now, this area, the crawlers on Master Chief Collection are really weird. They tend to like to kill themselves, so you'll see things like that, where the crawler just decides to just jump right off. Who knows? It helps us, it helps me maintain ammo. I get to carry more BR ammo. Usually I need to switch to a light rifle. And goodbye. But you want to just kill these guys as fast as you can. Once you see Cortana, move back. Dude, I'm view botting. I am not view botting. Thank you, though. You want to start just picking off these guys as you go. Surprisingly, if you have 1,600 followers, you don't actually view bot. Lovingly, it's pretty. It is a thing. There's 1,600 people who follow, and I stream every single day. And for that reason, people can watch me every single day. All right, is this guy kind of screwing this? I don't know why guys are spawning really slow right now. So it looks like that guy's gonna end up jumping off the edge, so I'll leave him for now. But the trick is just keep picking off the crawlers as far as you can. Apparently he didn't jump off the edge. Well, lucky him. If I was getting view botted, it would be a couple hundred viewers. Jumping. Alright. So Cortana just respawned. I want to switch out for a light rifle, which it gets the cool reform. On Master Chief Collection, the reform, usually on 360, it only happens once. The first time you pick up a Forerunner weapon on an account, it does that. But now, on Master Chief Collection, it does it every single playthrough. I love it, actually. It's so cool. Alright, so there's a lot of enemies here. That is a lot more than normal. Oh, shit. That was a bad shot. I have twitching hands, so I miss a lot of shots because I have... It's a medical condition. I don't really... Ouch. I'm totally going to die. There's no way... Well, actually, since no enemies are deciding to follow me, I'll be fine. So, that was a lot of enemies. And Will, hello! People aren't chatting because I'm doing a tutorial. Usually chat's very, very active. Thanks, though. And recently my chat has been very inactive, I'm gonna be honest. I got a lot of new viewers because I did a 1 through 4 race for charity, and it got me 200 followers, and a lot of them just didn't talk much, so. Yeah. No, I'm okay. I mean, I'm doing a tutorial. I'm not really talking to chat. Normally, I would talk to chat. There'd be a lot of interaction. But because I'm doing kind of a tutorial, I'm doing like a walkthrough, I can't really pay attention to chat, so people chatting isn't super useful. Hey, SG, how you doing? Yeah. That's alright. There's a lot of people doing homework, people just hanging out, don't want to do anything. It's all understandable. So, alright, light rifle ammo right there. Now you want to just jump on down here, and then, so I'm sure these are the 3 towers. This is, at this point you're pretty good. Dude, Cal apparently totally a bot. Nice.
I've got to do something you're not going to like.
Bender is your here, lol. How goes tutorials? So far, so good. I had a really rough start. The first 2 missions were absolutely horrible. I played them horribly, but it's going well. Anyways, go off to the right. You want to do the right first. You want to kill these crawlers. You want shields. Because you want shields. So, oh, shit. This is why I did it, though. This is why I kept these frag grenades. Is you want the frag grenades. Don't want to throw pulse nades. Wait here for a second. Wait for your shields to recharge. And now I'm on the 2nd floor, so easiest way to survive this is move to the back, which, oh god. Oh, I'm so going to die, aren't I? Ow, okay, I have not gotten shields yet. I have to be really careful right now, because I'm pretty sure, like, I'm 2 shots from death, so did get a checkpoint, so that's good. Thank you, Watcher. You want to try and kill that guy from afar, which it worked. That was a really good shot. That was kind of lucky, actually. That was way further than I should have been. But you need to clear out all the enemies in each area. So, you know, move to the back like I did, and then clear out every single enemy. If you don't kill each enemy, this thing won't actually load up, so. Xbox One Twitch, yeah, that's understandable too. Surprised you found the channel. Because I don't appear on the Halo channel, because I'm using a capture card and XSplit, not the Xbox One Twitch app, so. Alrighty. So, in this tower, you don't have to do anything, so you can actually just skip it all. So if you jump up here, there's some incendiary cannon. Refill it to max. You pretty much need max. You have a 1 bullet leeway. So, but then fill up your light rifle as a safety if you do miss. First incendiary cannon goes to this guy. Reload it, and then, ouch. Run up top, like you did before. And then, if you do it fast enough, shit. I did not want to assassinate, because that's going to... Alright, I got a little bit lucky. You don't want to melee, you don't want to assassinate, so I kind of screwed up a bit, but it's okay, I recovered. Shit. Alright. So, she says that, but you can't actually do it yet, because you gotta wait for the... This guy, you need to kill this last guy. Apparently that counts as a needler? What? Lol. That's interesting. Alrighty. But then, after you kill all the enemies there, you plug Cortana in, and we are basically at the end of this game. I do apologize for the horrible beginning. It really did go really badly at the beginning, so apologize for the first 2 levels. You know, just don't die, I guess. Grenade jumping was supposed to be in the game. They like the idea. It's not necessarily problematic, it's just people abuse it to be a, like, to use it for glitches, but no, it was totally wanted, kind of deal. They did want it, so. Alright. But, as you see, I have more shots because I actually picked up ammo from the incendiary guy I killed on that last tower. And it is 4 shots, so I have 1 leeway shot in case I do something like that. Apparently my accuracy is horrible, so. Alrighty. Now, we just do here, and then we arrive at the hardest boss fight you will ever do. Oh, I gotta skip video, that's right. Skip video. Oh no, I'm the chief and I'm falling to my death. Now, for this, you know how you have to press the grenade button? You can just spam the button and you'll get it. You don't actually, it's not like a quick time event. Like the first time I did this, I thought I had to hit it at a very specific point. No, you can just spam it. Like Call of Duty dogs, right? If they attack you, you have a certain amount of time to break the neck. You have to do it at a certain time. If you do it too early, you miss. If you do it too late, you miss. I thought it was kind of like that, but it's not. You just spam it. And with that, we crawl over. And then we hit the fire button 1 more time. And that's when we stop time. And that is Halo 4. And that's a tutorial how to do it. I do apologize for all the deaths at the beginning. I mean, too lazy to actually go edit a segmented run. So, you know, there it is. That's how you beat it. As you can see, I really don't care if I had deaths because I have an hour and 15 minutes to spare to get this achievement. So, now, your first run of this, if you haven't played it, typically an average time is about 3.5 hours. So you might need to do multiple runs in order to get it. But if you have practiced a bit, typically a good time is about 2.5 hours. So you guys should have plenty of time to do it. But that is Halo 4. And then I'm going to let you guys leave it with some feels. We're going to watch Cortana go bye-bye, and it's all sad, and I'm going to make you cry kind of deal. So, but anyways, that's how you get the You're Joking achievement in Halo 4. It's a long video, I know, but, you know, if you want all the achievements, you're going to have to go for it. Go for this one at some point. And this is a good guide to help you do it. So, there we go.
So how do we get out of here?
Not much else to it. But as I said, you know, if you want to figure out where how to do the other games in under 3 hours, go check out HaloRuns.com. It has all the speedrunners of Halo games. If you want to get into speedrunning, go there. They have lots of documentation of routes, tricks, glitches, everything you want. It's a really amazing community. They're really, really cool. I've been a part of them for almost a year now, and
leaving you here.
they're very supportive. So always need more runners in this game as well. So, you know, go fucking speedrun Halo 4 Legendary, please.
I've waited so long to do that.
And yeah, technically this is currently the only guide to do it. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of other guides out there, but they're slow.
We were supposed to take care of each other.
They're slow.
And we did.
Cortana, please.
Dude, it's so sad. Like if you cry every time. Oh, I forgot I am submitting this to YouTube. It's one thing you don't say is ask for likes. Lol. But I cry every time, so.
Welcome home, John.
But there we go, and Cortana dissipates, and we're left with Chief. Not knowing what to do. He's just mind blown. Doesn't know what to think. And that's the end. You do have to let this play out, so I mean, you can skip the video. Otherwise, it won't count because you won't get your actual final time. So, but there you go. That is the end. What just happened? I think my game just crashed. That or just load the prologue really, really fast. And there we go. Alright. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and that's your guide.